Hi everyone, my name is Robin Kerber. I'm the Farm and Seed to School coordinator here at the Maine Department of Education Child Nutrition Program. And today I'm going to be demonstrating one of our new Harvest of the Month recipes for Apple Month, which is in October. And it's for a very simple applesauce. So the recipe calls for basically just dicing up apples, covering it with a little bit of water, letting it simmer on the stove until those apples become tender, and then adding some seasoning, and that's pretty much it. So I love making applesauce at home in the fall. It's a great way to use up apples that might be starting to get a little bit mealy. Maybe they're not quite as desirable as just like a snacking apple as some of the other ones that you're getting. And of course, here in Maine in the fall, it's just everything is it's all about the apple. We are so lucky to have so many amazing orchards and farms, and even maybe our own backyards that are providing us with this great ingredient. So I've already diced up 4 apples here in this pot. I have 2 more, and I'm just using a variety that I picked up at the local grocery store. I've got some Jonah Macs, some Galas, and some Ginger Golds. So those are all pretty much what I would consider to be snacking apples, as opposed to like a baking apple, because they all are sort of meant to be taken right from the bag and munched on for a snack. They're really crisp and juicy and delicious, usually on the sweeter side. But my point in using the variety here is that, applesauce, you can really use any kind of apple that you want. I mean, some of them are going to take a while to cook down because they're better in pies where you want them to hold on to their texture and their shape and not turn into an applesauce. But in this case, I'm okay if maybe one of these apples holds up a little bit better, so it's a little bit chunkier. The other one breaks down, so it's a bit smoother. I like that variety. Applesauce is just a great way to use up what we have. So those are all going to go into a pot. I've got some water here, just enough to basically prevent it from scorching. I'm going to put this on the stovetop under probably or over like a low heat, and I'm going to be stirring it every once in a while because I don't want it to burn. Eventually that water is going to go away, but the apples are going to be breaking down and making their own juices, so I'm just really keeping an eye on it to make sure that it doesn't burn. But I'm thinking maybe 20 minutes or so, at least until those apples have broken down quite a bit. So I just pulled our apples from the stovetop. They've cooled a little bit, and now I'm going to go in and mash them. So I've just got this great little kitchen spatula here. Every kitchen has one. It's a great tool for this. You can also use an immersion blender if you want to get it really smooth. You could use more of like a potato masher. But you're really just going in there and you're just going to mash it up as much or as little as you want. It smells absolutely amazing. Right now it really is just the cooked apples. So at this point you can either leave it like that or you can season it, which is what I'm going to do. And this applesauce will go a long way. You can just serve it as it is on the salad bar as a side. You can, we have a great recipe that we did last year for a sweet potato latke. This would be really great on that. You can mix it into baked goods. You can mix it into smoothies. Applesauce is just a great, versatile ingredient to have in our kitchens. You can also freeze it. If you make a huge batch in the fall, you can put it in Ziploc bags and freeze it. Enjoy it all winter long. But I'm going to season it now with a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of cinnamon, kind of mix that in. It's ready to go. So this is one of our new Harvest of the Month recipes for simple applesauce.